Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're going to be talking about the one, the only ICP. Now, listen, you know me, I'm super high on ICP. I know some people are over ICP. Some people want to clown on it. And to be honest, I see a lot of people clowning on every single crypto. So people would just like to be, just always hating. But look, all right, this is going to be the schedule. This is on my little whiteboard that's already a little messed up, but that's all good. And we are going to be talking about ICP at least 3 times a week consistently around 5 p.m. Now, today's video might be coming out a little bit later, but overall, 5 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is going to be ICP. And we are going to be adding news to this, right? We are going to be adding some news, some updates, and of course, technical analysis updates. And yeah, this video is going to be mainly purely technical analysis and also a lot of psychology. That's something I want to discuss because it's very important. To be honest, half of this trading, half of this just buying cryptos and etc. is just pure psychology. It really is. So we will talk about that in just a second. We can see we're ranked 50 out of 9,371 active crypto. So despite what you might say about the price, the market cap, and etc., we're still top 50. We are still top 50. We can see 1.71 billion market cap, 60 million volume in the last 24 hours, listed on all the big boys. Very nice volume overall, especially coming from the Binance sector. We can see over the last month, we are down 24%. In the last week, we are down 1.22%. In the last 24 hours, we're down roughly 2%. Overall, in the last year, we are down 60%. So if you were buying during this big pump, this hype, right, when the whole Trump thing happened, and when the whole Trump thing happened, you are down roughly 60% right now. So if you put in 1,000, you're sitting at roughly $400 worth of value. Listen, overall, Bitcoin, I expect Bitcoin to kind of just linger around and continue to go lower. We will also discuss ICP, but I want to discuss Bitcoin for just a second because Bitcoin is in a very unique position right now. Very unique position. And overall, I expect Bitcoin to kind of just be doing its own thing right now, right? I kind of expect Bitcoin to be doing its own thing. So we are going to monitor Bitcoin. We are going to be looking at everything. I expect Bitcoin to be going lower, which obviously means something like ICP is most likely going to be going lower too, right? As of right now, we don't have any real indication that ICP is starting to reverse. We do have consistent lower lows being formed, right? If you go do something like this, boom, low, low, and lower low. Yes, you could say, well, we have this high, now we have a higher high. But to be honest, the main thing that I'm looking for overall is kind of this. When we go and look, boom, this is kind of the floor. And then this is going to be kind of the roof. I'm actually going to do something like this, just to have some type of foundation and structure. I believe we could even still be going upwards of an extra couple of percent, let's say 15%. And if we still start closing below $3.71, at the end of the day, we will still be going lower. Because if anything, we will be tapping into this order block and we will be looking to, right, be going lower because we would form a high here, right, a high here, and then a lower high somewhere here in terms of the swing points. And then I expect for us to go back down to the bottom of this range, right? So it's not obviously the most ideal, right, to hear, but that is just the truth, right? That is just the current truth. Overall, you can see that when we go and look at the weekly, right, we did have a big weekly candle a couple weeks ago. We did have a small sell candle here. We had a little bit of bullish momentum, but nothing too crazy. Overall, the monthly candle has still taken out obviously every single thing. And this is what I'm talking about. This was the best case scenario for ICP, right? We took everything out. And to be honest, right, if you start to buy from anywhere, even hypothetically, like let's say right now, up until, back down even to say to $2, this is really going to be the next level prime zone. I mean, just think about it logically, right? Unless you believe ICP is going to go to zero or their crypto market's going to go to zero, buying literally right now in the shadow realm when we are at such low prices is going to be key. Because if you even believe that we are going to come back to maybe even retest some of these highs up here of, let's say, $20, which I feel like that's so low. I genuinely feel like that's so low. We would be looking at a rough, let's just do something like this. Okay, it's roughly, 6.5 times your money. And for me, I said before, I believe ICP at the bare minimum in a very terrible cycle would still be hitting 30 something dollars. So you would still be looking at a 10x from here. And of course, if we hit the price target where I think we are going to hit, which will be mainly from, let's just say, $90 to $70, right? This zone up here, it really does put into perspective that you are buying super, super low, right? You are literally buying super low. If I could find the tool, yeah, let's do the price range. Put the price was at 318 right now. So let's just say more or less, we don't have to be right on it. Let's just say, it's fine from 329, right? Even if you bought from 329 and you went up here, you're looking at over a 20x profit. If we do sweep the liquidity, right? This high from 2021, you'd be looking at upwards of 27x. And I get it. I know it doesn't seem realistic. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But when we go and look at something like the Bitcoin dominance chart, where's the Bitcoin dominance chart? Boom, right? Bitcoin dominance is ready to dump, right? This is going to be the last year of a bullish Bitcoin dominance. I expect Bitcoin dominance to start reversing and slam down, kind of the way it slammed down in 2021. So next year, I expect altcoin season to be happening. I expect ICP and a bunch of other altcoins to pump. I mean, we can see something even like this month or this week, Dia has pumped up an insane amount, right? Dia has pumped up an insane amount, has gone up 40%. So we can see some altcoins are making moves. And once altcoins start really moving, right, there's going to be no stopping them. Like there truly is going to be no stopping them. So yeah, that is ultimately it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope, this is some of the perspective you need. Really, I know it's hard for people to believe ICP will be ever back at $20, $35, or even get up to $70 or $90. But when we 10x, that's 17 billion market cap, which is obviously very like solid. But in a bull run with so much money and adoption and everything, 17 billion market cap is nothing that crazy, and that's $31, right? So that's more than realistic, in my opinion. And for me, ICP can at least hit double that, at least upwards of like $60 should be so casual. That'd be roughly 35 billion market cap. And like I said before, I believe the ICP has a very high chance of being in that range from 35 to 45 billion market cap. So that's why that $60 to $75, $80 zone is so prime. Right? It is so prime. It is so realistic. I know this is not what people want to hear, but it's just the truth. I'm personally stacking up in like lower prices, like now, and I have some sniper entries ready as well. I put them in the private community. I mark them up. People are ready, and yeah, I'm looking to be getting those insane great ratios. When everyone's scared, that's the time to buy. When everyone's super greedy, that's the time to sell. Right? Warren Buffett pretty much said that, and it's true. It's very, very true. Did you know that Bitcoin was the second most overbought at 64,000 last cycle? And what was the top of last cycle, like 67,000 or something? So yeah, and the most oversold ever was when it was around 17,000, when it was literally at the bottom. So people's psychology is so backwards. They need all the confirmation in the world to finally believe something. But that's when you're too late. That is when you're too late. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I love you guys so much. ICP videos 3 times a week. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.